That was very, very funny. That was. I tried. Never mind. Uh, 'Am I typing the correct team? '91 plus 10 is 101. 59 plus 4 is 63. I'm curious. You know what I'm interested in? And I'll compare. I just wanted to see what my results for the season look like compared to GFG's so far, but I'm not gonna do it in the video. We'll do it after I'm done. Anyways, um, wow. I have not did anything yet, so unfortunately, to delete that. So, that's fine. Oh, yeah. There's every team plays. Does not no team have a bye week? Bears Vikings on Monday. Why are the Bears on primetime so much? Oh my gosh. Dang it. How do I do it when it's... Oh. Did I do it correctly? That's fine. Oh man. What? Oh. Uh, so. Okay. You know, I really should be checking the injury reports for all these games. Cause like, um, and like, who, like, literally just who's the starting quarterback is like, what's gonna, like, if the Giants are still starting their third string quarterback and the Patriots are starting their first string quarterback, it's pretty simple to pick the Patriots there. But let's see. Um, like, how many of these games am I gonna like check the injury reports on? I can't. I don't want to like check every single game. I don't feel like checking all of them. So based on, I will check that one because like, what if Tyrod Taylor's coming back? That might change everything, honestly. But let's see. Um, Giants. Um, is he starting the game? Oh, is Tyrod Taylor coming back? I mean, it's pretty clear which. What? Why? People are saying he should start. He had one good game. How is Tyrod Taylor coming back from injury? Where is it? People, I know that's your opinion, dude. Stop. I can't read the article. Okay? Giants injury report. I I don't know if they're coming up with an injury report. Uh, I guess they do because the week kind of starts earlier. Um, Saquon Barkley. Okay. Who? Excuse you. Where's the list of players who are out? Fail. I'm confused because like that must mean Tyrod Taylor's back because otherwise it would list him here as an injured person. That's funny. Um, um, but they literally don't know. We literally don't know who's going to be their starter. Are you kidding me? Why, dude? Why? Why is there no news on who's starting? Okay, you really think? Darn it, man. All right. Somehow I literally could not get an answer to who's the starting quarterback of this game. How about the Bengals are going with Jake Browning at quarterback, therefore Steelers. Yep, I'm literally basing my entire analysis on who's the starting quarterback. No, I'm not. That's just like the major factor. So the Bengals are bad. Whoops. Analysis: the Panthers are bad, therefore the Titans will win. Good for me. I have no idea. Probably. I don't know. I have no idea. Rams card. Yeah, probably Rams. That one. Okay. People are ranking the Browns as like a top 10 team because apparently they have like the best defense in the NFL, and it doesn't matter who their quarterback is. They're starting Dorian Thompson Robinson at quarterback. Okay, I know they they did win last week, so this is making me look dumb. They literally did win last week with Dorian Thompson Robinson. 13-10. How often can you win a game 13-10, even if you're the best defense in the NFL? Okay. Yeah. The Bills, yeah, they had a nice blowout win last week, but they're still underwhelming. We still got to pick the Eagles. Sorry, Bills. And then watch as the Bills just win. Of course. And then watch as the Ravens have like an end of the season downturn like they do every single year, and the Chargers win. And the Bears are the Bears, so therefore Vikings. So now we have to pick all these games here. Maybe the Buccaneers. I don't know. Like seriously, who is starting this game? Because like it actually does matter. I don't care that Tommy DeVito had one good game last week. It was against the Commanders, who Justin Fields had like his best game of his career against that defense, and they lost two defensive linemen in a trade to the trade deadline, and it was one good game from a third string quarterback. It's not going to be repeatable. But the question is, are they going to start Tommy DeVito or Tyrod Taylor? We still don't even know. How is that possible? Wait, let me look at the depth chart. I didn't look at that yet. I don't know which one to look at. This one. Okay, Tyrod Taylor's not even listed. Why? They have Matt Barkley. That's funny. Who do you think Matt Barkley would be better than Tommy DeVito, or maybe Matt Barkley was a late add to the team, like, because they didn't have anyone else. But anyways, um, or if it's like, well, we have two very low caliber backup quarterbacks, we'll just start the rookie, or the young quarterbacks, because, anyways, we have both of them on injured reserve. Okay, so that is a very clear indication. I mean, why would it say he's on injured reserve? He. So am I literally going to base my entire analysis on the fact that they're starting a third string quarterback? Because they did have a good game last week. The Patriots are pretty bad. And I have constantly picked the Patriots to win and constantly been let down this year. I hate doing it again. I hate doing it again. Oh, come on, man. Like, just the week before, TFG literally had the Giants listed as the 33rd best team in the NFL behind the Georgia Bulldogs. Like, he didn't even have them as an NFL team. I know they won last week, but like, oh my goodness. You can't base the entire analysis on last week. Oh, they had one good game last week. Therefore, they're going to win. Oh, I also keep forgetting that when I walk away from my computer, you can't actually hear what I'm saying. Dang it. Oh, come on. Okay, why are there this many tough games here? The Texans doing well. But I'm sorry. I am going to pick the Jaguars. I am so sorry, Texans. They are such a fun team, but the Jaguars have a better record. I'm literally just basing it off of the record. I'm sorry. I'm not picking a record upset based on record unless there are very strong factors pushing it in the other direction. In this case, not really. It's not like the Jaguars are severely overperforming their record and the Texans are severely underperforming. Although they are only one game apart. So that's kind of interesting. Like, if I remember correctly, the Jaguars have pretty much taken care of all the bad teams that they've played and mediocre teams. Like, any bad, mediocre, mid team they play, they win. And then the 3 losses they have are against good teams. Like, if you look at their record, let's see. Their 3 losses are, they did lose to the Texans. So, Texans, Chiefs, and who else? Let's see here. They even beat the Bills, which is pretty good. And their other losses to the 49ers. The 3 teams they lost to are the 49ers, Chiefs, who are like 2 of the top 2 teams in the NFL, or maybe top 3 teams. And then they lost to the Texans, who are a pretty good team. But I'm literally deciding whether they're going to lose to the Texans again. And I'm saying no because they have a better record. But it's only one game better than the Texans, technically. So it's not that cut and dry. So, dang it, man. I thought that would be easier. Come on. What about Saints Falcons? Probably Saints, but that was pretty tough as well. Dang it. Technically, based on record, you would go Saints. I don't really have much of a reason to pick the Falcons. I mean, they've been pretty terrible lately. But the Saints haven't been that great either. I can't believe they're 5-5. Like, They've had so many weird, random, like bad losses. Huh. Huh. Well, Falcons. Did they play the Falcons yet? No. No, didn't. So that was a fun playlist. What's the next one? Have fun. Is this still recording? Yes. How long have I been recording? 21 minutes. Dang it, I'm already halfway through the length of the last video. Why are all these games so tough, man? I'm so sorry, Broncos, but apparently the Browns are like good, even though they don't have a quarterback. Like people have them ranked in the top 10. How? They're how many of their wins are with Deshaun Watson? Because at least Deshaun Watson was like mid. All their other quarterbacks have been terrible. Like all their wins. How many wins do they have with Deshaun Watson? And how many wins do they have with their backup? I'd have to literally click through every single game to see that. Are you kidding me, dude? Okay, I think PJ Walker won only one game, didn't he? And Dorian Thompson-Robinson won one game, and their other 5 wins are with Deshaun Watson. But then again, they've only lost 3. They've only lost 3 games. Pretty crazy. One of their losses was Deshaun Watson. This one was Dorian Thompson-Robinson. And then their other loss was to the Seahawks with Philip Walker. So yeah, after Deshaun Watson, they won 27-0. They won 33-31. Then without Deshaun Watson, 13-10. Like, how can I predict them to win with Dorian Thompson-Robinson? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry that I know I'm predicting an upset, which is very strange to say that it's an upset for a team with a third-string quarterback to win, or to lose rather. For that team to be favored doesn't make any sense. They only scored 13 points last week. What are they going to hold the Broncos to 10 points again? Like, not again, but are they going to? They held the Steelers to 10 points. The Steelers are the Steelers offense. The Steelers offense is not good. The Broncos offense is at least competent lately, if not good. So what do you really expect me to pick the Browns to win again? Just on their defense. With their defense winning them the game every single week. Literally every week for the rest of the season. That's how they have to win games. I keep walking away from my computer. Gosh dang. Yeah. Based on record, based on people's power rankings, you would pick the Browns. Should I just stop oversimplifying it? Or should I stop overcomplicating it rather? They have a better record, and people have them high in their power rankings because of defense. Yes, because of defensive defense. Why is this so complicated? Ugh, come on, man. Did they? Okay. Wait, I'm not picking between the Steelers and the Browns. I'm picking between the Broncos and the Browns. Duh. What am I talking about right now? Sorry. I probably pick the Rams, even though the Cardinals have Kyler Murray. Who did the Cardinals lose to last week again? Last week the Cardinals lost to the Texans, and yeah, it makes it way more complicated when you have Kyler Murray put into the equation. But I believe the Rams are still gonna win the game. You can never count out Cardinals with Kyler Murray, but the Rams are still just a better team. Even though Kyler Murray is back, I think the Rams are still better. So there, finally, jeez. I think we're just gonna have to pick the Saints because they have a better record. Like, it's literally just that. And the Falcons actually have been pretty terrible lately. So, well, I don't know if they've been terrible, but I think they're kind of on a losing streak right now. But anyways, yeah, a lot of my analysis has just gone out the window for like looking at the record. Am I going to do the same thing with this one? Like, should I pick the Texans just because they're on such a hot streak with like CJ Stroud playing really well, even though last week he threw 3 interceptions, but they still won. But I think like it's weird to say that the less fun or like more realistic or safe pick would be the Jaguars, even though the Jaguars were kind of like the fun team last year and kind of this year they're the fun team, although they're not really that fun anymore for some reason. What great analysis. Analyzing the games based on which team is more fun is a very good idea. Crap. Like, I'm wondering whether I should put some weight into the last game that they played, where the Texans actually kind of blew out the Jaguars. Um, Man, this week has a lot of tough games to predict. I last week I spent literally 20 minutes on the Broncos game, and I managed to get the correct prediction, but it was very, very close. Could have gone either way. This week it's like very weird because the Browns have a better record, but they have a third string quarterback, but they have an extremely good defense. So it's so weird to predict the Browns. It's like impossible to predict the Browns. I keep walking away from my computer again. It's like impossible to predict the Browns because it's like they could win any week because they have a great defense, but they could also lose any week because they don't have a starting quarterback. They have a third string quarterback. So it's like impossible. So let's see. Which one do I want to go with? Like, I want to pick the Jaguars just because of their record, but I'm afraid because the Texans beat them really badly earlier in the year, and the Texans are on a hot streak. So the Jaguars had a pretty convincing win last week. You know what's interesting about Texans Jaguars? I think the Texans have like beaten the Jaguars like several times in the past few years. Like the Texans are like really good at beating the Jaguars. Like in 2021, I think they swept the Jaguars, and then last year, I don't know if they actually did beat the Jaguars last year. Did they? Doesn't matter. That's not relevant. That's not a thing. I mean, it kind of is a thing because it's like a divisional game. Divisional matchups often are weird. It would, technically speaking, I would be picking an upset if I picked the Texans based on records. But a lot of signs, to me, seem to be pointing to that the Texans should be favored. Like the Texans seem to have like a tendency to beat the Jaguars in history, and they convincingly beat the Jaguars earlier in the year. So, and they're on a hot streak, and CJ Stroud's doing really well. And I don't know, like for some reason I get the general vibes from people I listen to that the Jaguars are like kind of underwhelming this year, even though they're 7-3. Like they're 7-3, guys. Come on. They're beating all the teams they're supposed to beat. And the only losses they have are to good teams. Like their losses are pretty terrible losses, but they are only to the good teams. So, but the Texans have kind of been a good team this year. So it's tough. Man, why is it so hard? Just flip a coin. I don't want to flip a coin. I actually want to get these right. I want to actually say who I think is going to win. Like, in previous seasons, I would just look at these games and be like, it's just a 50-50. I don't know who's going to win. Either one. But this time I actually have to choose a team. This sucks. What about Colts Buccaneers? I haven't really looked at that one much yet. Record-wise, the Colts actually have a better record. That's interesting. Buccaneers are really weird. You know, if you look at their last several games, they have not done well. I don't know. Like, their last several games. Let's see here. If you completely ignore it, let's just ignore this game because it doesn't help our point. 20-6 loss. 16-13 loss. 24-18 loss. 37-39 loss. They beat the Titans, who are not good. And they lost to the 49ers. Like, so many losses. In fact, I think they have lost. So they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of their last 6 games. Not good. But what about the Colts? The Colts have been kind of winning against bad teams lately, I think. Because the last 2 wins are against like 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. They barely beat the Patriots 10-6. What? Based on record? Like, should I just go based on record for all these? Just, if I don't know, just go based on record. Like, that's what I should do. That seems like the safer choice. Just go. If you don't really know what you're doing, just go off of their records. The Colts have a better record. What about Giants-Patriots? Wait a minute. Actually, do the Giants and Patriots have the different records, or are they the same? I don't remember. The Giants have a better record. Oh, come on, man. Like, what? Come on. If I was just to go based off of record, like I'm afraid to pick Tommy DeVito against Bill Belichick. But then again, I've said that several times this year, and it has never worked out in my favor except for that one time. Literally one game. Because the Patriots only have 2 wins. And I predicted one of their wins, which was against the Jets, but that's the only one I got right. They've lost all their other games. Where I've said, oh, it's Bill Belichick against a young quarterback. They have not. That argument has not worked most of the time this year. Like Bill Belichick against Tommy DeVito should, logically speaking, be a very clear choice. But they have lost so many games this year like that. That argument does not seem to be working. And just having a third string quarterback in general should mean the Patriots win. But the Patriots have been so bad. But so have the Giants for most of the season, except for last week. Randomly, out of nowhere, they win like 31-17 or something. Like, how? It makes no sense. Should I just like cop out and just go based on record for all these games? The Browns Broncos, every single one has caveats, except for the Buccaneers Colts, actually. Why do I have a better feeling about the Buccaneers than the Colts, though? I feel like the Colts have been very mediocre on offense the last 2 weeks, but they've still won. Like, I remember looking at the stats for both of those games, and it was like, ooh, they barely had any passing yards, but that they still won. Like, if you look at them, and it also doesn't help me that I haven't really watched too much NFL analysis for the last week's games, so don't exactly know what I'm talking about. But like, okay, where's the Colts game? Wait, did they have a bye week? Wait, I'm confused. Where's the Colts? They must have had a bye week last week. Their last 2 wins are 10-6 with actually not a decent amount of passing yards, 194, but only 10 points. And then the week before that, they had only 127 passing yards. So that's not good. But they still won. And then this week they're going against the Buccaneers. So am I literally basing my entire analysis on their passing? Or their offense? Because their offense, and the Buccaneers have just been like weird this year. I mean, they're on 5. They lost 5 out of their last 6, so that's not good. Based on that alone, you should probably pick the Colts. But I mean, the fact that the Buccaneers have lost 5 out of their last 6. The only one they won was against the Titans, who are not that good of a team. I think I might want to go with the Colts here. I'm not even thinking about matchups. So, but why does my gut tell me the Buccaneers are a better team? I don't get it. What is wrong with me? Why do the Buccaneers feel like a better team than the Colts? The Colts have won plenty of their several games. But they've beaten terrible teams. They beat the Panthers and the Colts. They beat the Panthers and the Patriots. Literally like the 2 worst teams in the NFL. So How much does that really mean? I am overthinking this again. Now I'm overthinking 4 games. Like my reasoning, I think this one's gonna be like just my general feeling is that the Buccaneers just feel like a better team, even though they've been losing so much lately. Why does that doesn't make any sense? How does that work? Am I just biased? Why am I biased for the Buccaneers against the Colts? I don't get it. Is it because of that one Bears game where the Buccaneers had like 300 yards of offense or 300 passing yards against the Bears? And they also had a lot of yards against the Texans on offense. But anyways, yeah, this is weird. Like the Buccaneers feel like a better team, but on paper, you would choose the Colts because they have a better record, and the Buccaneers have lost 5 out of their last 6, and the only one they won was against the Titans. I don't even know who these teams are. They're just so weird. How is this video taking longer than last week's video? I thought last week's video was taking forever. It probably just felt like it took forever because I got stuck on one game for the last 20 minutes. But now I'm stuck on 4 games for most of the video. Okay, of all these games where a team has a better record, but I don't want to pick them to win. I want to pick the team with the worst record to win. Which of the worst record teams has the best case to win here? Which of them has the best case? Broncos, they're going against the third string quarterback. The Patriots are also going against the third string quarterback. The Buccaneers are. It's literally just based on feeling, that one. Like, the Colts record is a bit overinflated because they've played a bunch of bad teams. That's why I'm thinking the Buccaneers. And then the Patriots Giants, or no, I already talked about that one. And then the Texans they've historically been good against the Jaguars, and they're on a hot streak. So that's why I literally feel like feeling upsets on all of these games. Like, are you kidding me right now? Why are you kidding me? Why? Oh, man. I cannot possibly pick upsets 4 games. I cannot possibly do that. But third string quarterback, overinflated record due to beating tons of bad teams, and Texans against the Jaguars. Texans are like, I don't know, man. It's really, really hard for me to not pick all these upsets right now. Like, I was really tempted to just pick the team with the better record for these 4 games, but I'm also tempted to just pick the other team to win because I actually have good reasons. I think the Buccaneers Colts, I don't exactly have a good, although I do kind of have a good reason. The Colts have played some bad teams. They've beaten some bad teams. Like, let me look at their wins again. Let me see what the last few Colts wins have been. I mean, obviously the last 2 were against the Panthers and Patriots, but what about before that? Before that, the last one they had before that was against the Titans. The Titans are not good either. They beat the Ravens. Okay, that was incredible. That was a crazy game. That they deserve credit for that one. They also beat the Texans, but that was week 1 or week 2. Before the Texans kind of became a good team. The Texans. I thought they were like one of the worst teams in the NFL at the beginning of the year, and then they turned into a pretty good team. But anyways, you have to go back pretty far before you see the Colts beating a good team. But then again, the Buccaneers are not really that good of a team, are they? Why do I feel like the Buccaneers are favored? I don't get. Well, I kind of get it. It just feels wrong because of how many games they've lost lately, and their record, obviously. Like, I okay. I have not spent before I started recording myself making these predictions. I would not spend this long on the predictions. I would probably spend only 20 or 30 minutes at most. And now we're at 47 minutes. Like, what the heck? I just gotta make my final decision. I'm sorry. Um, I think. Okay, people were saying Dorian Thompson Robinson was not that bad last week. Are you sure about that? Like, um, all right, Broncos. You should be very glad that I have been picking you to win so often. Wait, did I pick them? What was their game they played before last week? Oh yeah, it was the Bills. So yeah, congratulations, Broncos! I picked you to win 2 weeks in a row, and in fact, I'm picking you to beat a pretty dang good team this week. But it's because they have Dorian Thompson Robinson. I cannot possibly pick them to win again. They scored 10 points with DTR last week. There's no way they're going to win. Okay. Again, with Dorian Thompson Robinson. Sorry. Okay, finally. Okay, which one of these do I want to go with? Okay, Jaguars, Texans. Congratulations, Texans. I'm picking you to upset the Jaguars. I don't know if it's even considered an upset, but based on record, it is. I know the Jaguars have a better record, but the Texans beat them really badly earlier in the year. Now you could say, well, now the Jaguars, it's not going to repeat itself. Usually, when divisional teams play, maybe the team that lost will have a slightly better chance the second time because they looked at the tape and figured out what they were supposed to do to win, so they could counterpunch. But like the Texans and C.J. Stroud are just. That's funny. Like I was about to pick the Texans, and now I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to do that. Why? Hey, you know what strategy worked good last week? It's kind of weird. I didn't say this explicitly, but I kind of picked the Broncos to beat the Vikings because just simply because it was like the less fun result. Like literally, it was like I know the the less fun result is gonna happen because of course it is. So I just picked the Broncos. But anyways, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like that logic could also apply to this, but that is extremely faulty logic. You cannot pick a team to win because they're the less fun team. That doesn't make any sense. um, I don't know. I just have a feeling it's gonna be like, oh man, the Jaguars beat the Texans. I wanted to see the Texans win again. Um, I can't believe that is my reasoning right now. That is irrational. That is irrational. The Texans have the Jaguars number. The Texans. The Giants have a third string quarterback. I don't care that the Patriots are terrible. The Giants are also terrible. They had one good game last week. Doesn't matter. I feel so terrible about picking the Patriots to win again. But come on. It's the Giants. The Giants who didn't even make TFG's power rankings last week, who have a third string quarterback. You cannot possibly pick them to win again. And then finally, this one. What? Okay. Okay. I don't think I ever would have thought that this would be the game that I would be stuck on at the end of the video. Why is that the game I'm stuck on? Who are the teams in their losing streak that they have lost to? The Lions, good team. Falcons, not that good of a team. Bills, kind of a good team. Texans, good team. And they lost to the 49ers. I mean, they've lost to some good teams in their losing streak. And the Colts have beat some really bad teams in their wins. This is like pretty even matchup to me. Like, even though they're on a losing streak, the Colts have a better record. It just feels like it's a little bit more. Let's see. Let's look at the injury report. That could help us decide. Where's okay? Bucks Colts injury report. Let's see who we got here. Buccaneers. I don't really know most of these players, but Chris Godwin, limited practice. Tristan Wirfs, full practice. Colts. I don't even recognize most of these players, to be honest. I'm sorry. Well, I know I recognize them, but I don't. It's not like any like superstar players are out or anything like that, so that's not going to help me very much. Like Chris Godwin, Tristan Wirfs, but they're still practicing, so maybe they'll still play. Who knows? I mean, full practice pretty clear. Seems pretty clear that they're going to play. Limited practice, maybe. But anyways, that is not helping me at all, is it? Man. Um, you know what's hilarious? I picked 3 upsets out of the 4 so far. Am I seriously gonna pick 4 upsets? No, dude, no. No, dude. You cannot possibly do that. The okay. Um well, this is ridiculous, but I'm picking 4 upsets. This is ridiculous. We are going to see next week. We are going to see how well I did in the games where I predicted the team with the worst record to win. It's kind of insane that I literally did that for 4 of these teams. For 4 of these games, all 4 of the games, I picked the team with the worst record to win. This is totally going to backfire, isn't it? I'm going to go 0-4 on those predictions. Just you watch. Oh, I also forgot to change this to week 12. Oh, of course. Are you serious, man? That's going to screw up the whole video, isn't it? That was funny.